Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you all? Hope you've been in school. Can hear me perfectly. Hey Sophia. Hey Tamimi. RS brother. How are you all? Before going furthermore, let me confirm. Let me know that you guys can hear me. Sound is cool. Can understand. That's cool. Let's wait for some other people to join a bit. বলো বলো তাড়াতাড়ি বলো আমি live. Yeah, who else is here? Sophia is here. Sophia, you can hear me perfect. Hey Fedi, good morning, brother. I'll just wait one or two more minutes, okay? Just one or two more. Hey Donichu. Donichu, what I told you last day is please follow that, brother. Just for once. Do that. You will thank me later, brother. I promise you, brother. Please do that for me. Last PM session or AM session when I talked to you, I don't remember, but whatever I told you. Just follow that once. You'll thank me later. I promise you, brother. Uh just wait one time, okay? I'll commit to 3 days not to push the button. Do you have any funded or challenge account which is running right now? Sophia. Thank you, RS, for confirming that loud and clear. I promise I'll try. I don't want you to try. I want you to do that. But thank you so much, brother. At least we'll try. That's cool. Sophia, just 5 days without pushing the button. Stay in front of your chart. Frame the trade, but don't push the button. If you can do that, then I will tell you what you should do. Okay, later. Nice to see you live today. Hey, Anthony. Thank you so much, brother. I just want to go to the price section because I have a lot to talk. First, I would love to go for from the yesterday's AM session. Okay, that means the 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Newark local time. As I told, if you have the news around FOMC around PM session, then the best area to trade is around 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. New York local time. That is the best time to trade. Okay. Now I will go to the directly 1 minute chart. First of all, this time frame, if you have the FOMC, then you can use both 7 a.m. rules as well as the normal price action rules if you have the FOMC. If you don't have the FOMC around the PM session, the rules is very simple. Either it has to clear the buy side liquidity or sell side liquidity before giving you the run. Okay, whatever run you were expecting, you have to just look for that. Now, as we had the FOMC around the PM session, and there was only one setup, that was 7 a.m. setup. So I'll talk about that because there was no price action setup. That's why I'm just going to talk about the 7 a.m. setup. I know that around 2:30 p.m. we have the FOMC. I am mentally prepared. I'm more interested to trade in between 7 to 8:29. That is the area I'm going to push the button. Outside of this area, I'm not interested to push the button. Logic is very similar. Like 6:30 I will mark and 6:59 I'll mark. This is the area I have to look for liquidity taken, and that has to be relatively equal highs or relatively equal lows that has been created before 6:30. That means you can see this high and that high, they are the relatively equal highs that has been cleared here, but inside this zone which has been created in between 6:30 to 7, the liquidity has been created in between 6:30 to 6:59, and then it has been taken as well. I don't care about that. I have to look for the liquidity before 6:30. Do I have any relatively equal highs? I don't have any relatively equal highs except these highs over here. Still, that is not clear. In my opinion, that is the best or beautiful relatively equal highs. Also, not the best, okay? Some kind of relatively equal highs. Otherwise, that I don't have any other relatively equal highs that has been built before 6:30. If I look for the relatively equal lows, I have this relatively equal lows. You can see this low, this low. They are the beautiful, so beautiful relatively equal lows here, relatively equal lows there. I have this type of relatively equal lows over here. 6:30 to 6:59, market not even clear the buy side, not even clear the sell side. Nothing has been cleared. If it doesn't clear the liquidity in between, guys, please listen to me very carefully because I'm fed up. I'm just fed up to keep repeating these things, and I'm fed up by seeing you guys are making this so complicated. Whatever I'm saying here, I'm saying it every single time. If the market doesn't clear the liquidity in between 6:30 to 6:59, then from 7 you will start to look for any kind of liquidity on your left from 7. Okay, that means around 7 or like after 7 until 6 7:30 for normal days. If you have the FOMC, then until 8:30. If there is no FOMC, then until 7:30. You will look on your left, there is no time zone. This is the 6:59. Okay, the next candle, if it doesn't clear the liquidity in between this zone, the next candle, if it clear any kind of sell side liquidity, that has to be relatively equal lows, any kind of buy side liquidity that has to be relatively equal highs, will be cleared first in between 7 to 7:30. If FOMC, then until 8:30. Whatever will be cleared will wait for the opposite displacement. Now if you see over here around this area, first of all I have this obvious liquidity here, which is the obvious liquidity around this area, as well as I have some sell side liquidity which is relatively equal lows here. Okay, whatever will be cleared by the next candle, I'm more interested to wait for a bullish displacement. If it doesn't clear the sell side liquidity here, instead of that it goes for the relatively equal highs. For example, now I have the relatively equal highs. No, not this one. I think no, I don't have the relatively equal highs. Okay, because this high has been cleared over here by a body, so I can't use it as my obvious liquidity. So I don't have any relatively equal highs, nothing, no, nowhere. Okay, nothing. So either it has to clear the sell side liquidity, then give me the bullish displacement. If it happens in between 7 to 8:30, because we had the FOMC, I will try to look for the buy. Let's see what happened. Then this candle exactly at 7, not 6:59, not 6:58, nothing. Exactly 7 or after 7, because no liquidity has been cleared by 6:30 to 6:59. So I have to wait for liquidity to be taken at first. What it has done, it has cleared all of this liquidity. So I'm just going to remove it because it has also cleared that low. Okay, so I'm just going to remove it. It has cleared the sell side liquidity. All I need a bullish displacement. If I get a displacement means, look, this is a displacement, 1 2 3 4 5 candle bullish displacement, bearish displacement. It can be by one candle, it can be by consecutive candle, but you have to look for that this market is leaving this area, this sell side area, it is just leaving. Okay, you can clearly see that it is leaving. Like here, it has left that area, this area, it has just left. It is not a displacement here, because if you compare the candles here, it's not a displacement because the candles are almost same, look like same, right? So something like, I need the displacement. It can be one candle like this type of candle, or it can be consecutive candle. If I get the bullish displacement, I'm more interested to look for buy from the first fair value gap, not entry gap, not breakaway gap, nothing, from the first fair value gap. Let's see what happened. Now, is this a displacement? No, I didn't have the bullish displacement. Then no. Okay, is this a displacement? No. Now these two candle, look at these two candle, I have found the displacement. That means it is leaving this zone so beautifully. All I need a displacement. Now I have this gap here. First I have this gap here by after closing this candle, after closing that candle. All I need to see, can it give me the entry over here? Stop loss has to be below this low until it is 15 handle, and I will go for 15 handle partial and then we'll go. Okay, so let's see if it can give me the entry within 5 candle. Let's see what happened. It has built another gap and the displacement is much more cleaner. Okay, so what did I say? The first fair value gap, not the entry gap, not the breakaway gap. Wherever you will get the first fair value gap, you will move your entry from there to the upper gap. So I have now new gap. I will look for 3 candle to come to this gap. Stop loss below this low, which has cleared that liquidity until it is going to support your 15 handle. Within 5 candle, if it come to this gap, I'll take that entry. Then next, another candle made another fair value gap. Going to mark that fair value gap, extend it to my right. Entry is going to be there. Stop loss is going to be below this low. Now here is a problem. When this is going to be my entry, this is going to be my 21 handle stop loss. I'm not interested to take this trade because my maximum stop loss should be 15 handle around this London session, 7 a.m. and the PM session. AM session 20 handle, 21 handle, okay, absolutely okay. around PM session, around 7 a.m., around London session, no stop loss should be above the 15 handle. So here is there is two opportunities to me. First, I can put my limit entry over there. I can put my stop loss here somewhere that is going to cover the breakaway gap or the last gap, or if it is possible to cover the candle has built this gap, that gap, I can just cover that candle. This is the one opportunity. There is a possibility I will get stopped out. There is another possibility that you will try to take your entry from there by putting your, not moving your stop loss. Okay, not by moving your stop loss. You can do that. There is a possibility you will miss this trade, or the rest you can do, I'm not going to take any trade. I'll just let this go. Now here, for the sake of this conversation, what I do basically, I would love to put my stop loss here. I take risk and then I look for that low. If it is not taken, I try to re-enter when it closed above this area. Okay, so I absorb a loss here. Now here is like one handle to tick is more than 15 handle. Sometimes you have to sacrifice this. Sometimes you have to do that. If I get stopped out here, I'll try to take re-entry. You have three opportunities. It all depends on you what you want to do. It is your decision, brother. Okay, so either you let this go, or you will try to take the entry from here by covering your stop loss, the most logical level, or you can try to take your entry from here so that you can cover the stop loss where you should put your stop loss. Whatever you want to do, it's your decision. Now those people are with me for so long, they knows that I actually took this type of risk. If I get stopped out, I try to take re-entry. Otherwise, if it take that low, the origin low, that means I'm not going to re-enter in this market. Same kind of scenario, take the partial around 1:1. Whatever stop loss is going to be here, I think in my opinion my stop loss is going to be kind of 16 handle 3 tick. So I will try to take my partial around 16 handle 3 tick, and then I will hold my trade. Whatever, all I need to see, within 3 candle or 5 candle it has to trade here. If it make another gap here, I'll move my entry from there to above the gap. Okay, so whatever gap it is going to be created. Let's see what happened. Then the very next candle gave me the entry. Perfect. So then market actually went a bit higher and gave me the partial, and maybe then market actually keep going higher or fall. I don't know what happened. Whatever it is, just partial taken, stop loss to the break even. You can look for the most obvious level to think that okay, this market can go until that area, then it will follow. Whatever you think, it's up to you, brother. I don't have any problem. You got the partial around 15 handle or 1:1. Okay, you are cool. Let's go. Now it doesn't mean that you will put your stop loss 24 handle and then you will try to take your partial around 24 handle. It's not acceptable. Your target should be 15 handle. If you see that your stop loss is kind of one handle or two handle more than 20, I mean 15 handle, then you can adjust your partial level 1:1. You can adjust it, but it doesn't mean that you will put your stop loss here, make it 21 handle stop loss, and then you would love to take the 21 handle partial. No, it's not acceptable. However, that was the buy setup around the 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. yesterday, where I was expecting the beautiful setup around this area because we had the FOMC. Now around the morning session, it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be shit. I don't care about at all about that. No care, nothing. I don't care about that. So here, that was that area. What was that? I think it was, yeah, here. So then market actually fall came around this area one more time, and then this was the AM session, sorry, the New York AM session, then this was the PM session, whatever it is. This was the FOMC. I have tried actually one trade yesterday, just one trade through my phone. I shouldn't go for that, but I went for that, and I actually messed up over here by $2 loss. Actually here, from that gap I had this sell side liquidity here, not this one, actually this low and that low, they are the relatively equal lows or the obvious liquidity. So I tried to take a sell here from the FOMC before 2:30. I have already shared it with you guys, so you guys remember, like I think my stop loss was here somewhere, 23 handle, something like that. Okay, so here somewhere my stop loss was here. It has provided me a beautiful like 72 handle, something like that. It was that area, right? It was that area. No, it was not that area. Sorry, it was not here. It was here, I guess. Yeah, it was here. My mistake. Sorry, it was here because it was not 672 handle. I tried myself from this area. Where was it? It was here. I if I'm not wrong, it was here. Okay, I just don't remember where it was exactly, but I think it was here from that gap. I talked about this actually. 23 handle was my stop loss. That's all I remember. 23 or 24, something like that. Okay, that was my stop loss, and target was here. Something was here. I'm messing up over here, but I exactly don't remember exactly where, but it has provided me 20 handle. I didn't take the partial. Instead of taking the partial, I moved my stop loss to the break even, and then for the commission, I just took $2 something like that. I was through my phone, so I really don't remember where is it exactly. It's a bit messy to me. I mean, looks like messy to me. There was some kind of beautiful liquidity. Just here. However, I don't remember exactly where it was. Let me remind. It was before 2:30. It's 2:32. Okay, here. I'm sorry, not here. It should be there. Yeah, here. Now, okay. I didn't get up. This low and that low, they are the relatively equal lows. This was the gap. Now I'm clear. It was that area. Sorry. Here. That was the area from this candle. That candle, I started to take the entry, not from this candle. Try to take the entry from here, and I got entry here somewhere. I don't remember. Stop loss was 23 handle. That's all I remember. 23 handle, something like that. And target was this sell side liquidity. It has provided the run until 30 handle. Didn't take the partial. Got stopped out to the break even with the commission of $2, something like that. That was the entry, not here. Okay, I'm sorry. It was before 2:30. So this was the 2:30. I think around 2:30. That was the run. Yeah, that was the area. I just didn't take the partial because I took just two micro contract entry. I didn't want to take the partial, wanted to hold the trade here, and stop loss maybe later I moved above here somewhere and got stopped out with the just two handle commission or something like that. I just don't remember why it, like whatever it is. So that was the trade I took only yesterday. Around this 7 a.m. I was sleeping. I was not here in front of my chart. I was just sleeping. That was the only trade from the PM session and took a $2 loss. However, that was the thing I so far I remember. And let's talk about the London session a bit before going furthermore. I need both 50-minute chart. By the way, I was not here to be honest, so I'll just talk about this as an hindsight. I know that London session is the liquidity making session. The liquidity has to be built in between 1 a.m. New York local time to 6 a.m. New York local time. First, this market fall here came around this area, this low and that low. They have built a relatively equal lows. This low has been built here around 3 a.m. New York local time. So you are seeing this low, it is around 3. Okay, so first this market fall made the sell side liquidity for the first time. For the first time, no buy side liquidity has been built in between 1 a.m. New York local time to 6 a.m. New York local time. There was no buy side liquidity has been built, no sell side liquidity has been built. Market was doing all of these things. Come finally around 3 a.m. to near to this low, made the relatively equal lows, which is here. The last gap is going to be an inverse gap. You can see here, that is that candle that has validated this inverse gap. Next candle tap to this gap and then went higher until here. Okay, so kind of here, which is 74 handle. You can see this high and that high, they are the relatively equal highs. You can take a partial around 15 handle or something like that, and then you can hold your trade until here, this relatively equal highs, because this is absolutely a random area. You should not hold it until here. So in my opinion, that was the logical level, because that was the relatively equal highs, perfect buy side liquidity. Stop loss 15 handle is maximum. So you can see that what to say, I mean the this candle low, you can cover your stop loss by that candle low that has been validated this inverse gap. Just that candle low, it was kind of 17 handle, two tick or something like that. You have to take one or two tick, sometimes one handle or two handle more. If you can put your stop loss over here, which I can't do because it's 21 handle, so maximum I can risk until that low, which has validated this inverse gap. Okay, so which is actually two handle, three tick, and later when it is started to go higher, you can simply put your stop loss below this I mean fair value gap. You can simply do that, whatever it is. That was the first trade for the London session by that same logic, liquidity making making session. This low, that low, a perfect relatively equal lows, perfect inverse gap. Take the entry from there, hold your trade after taking the partial around 1:1, hold your trade until a most logical level, which is in my opinion this relatively equal highs. Then this market comes here, which is from 15-minute chart. You can see this is that high. I'm talking about this high, okay? This setup and this area from 15-minute chart are the same area. So this market fall, trade this gap, come back again, build the relatively equal highs. This high and that high, they are the relatively equal highs. There is no confusion. There is nothing at all. It is a very clean relatively equal highs, a perfect relatively equal highs, okay? So you can see here, market first came here, around this area, came here. There was no inverse gap. Like here I had the inverse gap, so I don't have the inverse gap here. Instead of that, I had the market structure shift. That was the fair value gap. If I don't include that volume imbalance, you can see that I never get the entry. So I will miss this trade over here. No trade is valid over here because it didn't provide me the entry depending on that relatively equal highs logic. So I will miss this trade without without getting this trade. Market fall made another relatively equal lows. See this low and that low, a perfect relatively equal lows, which is here around this area. Now you can see the same kind of scenario here. There is no inverse gap, no inverse gap. You have the market structure shift here, 22 YT model, market structure shift, entry fair value gap, breakaway gap. If you can take the entry from here, cover that breakaway gap, or at least the candle has built the breakaway gap, or kind of this type of scenario, okay? I didn't just mark it, but you can do it. Like just this gap, the candle has built the breakaway gap, at least that candle, and then you can hold your trade for 1:1 partial, and then you can hold your trade as long as you want. You can do it, but it was not clear to me. Okay, that was not a clear price action to me. That is why I didn't mark it. But logic is same. Relatively equal lows has been built by setup. Market came back again, made again the relatively equal highs. This time this is that inverse gap. See this inverse gap, the highest gap going to be inversed. That is that candle validate this inverse gap. 1 2 3, within 3 candle market came to this inverse gap. That is gonna be your entry. Stop loss is above that high, which has cleared that liquidity. In this type of case, same one handle, two tick, more than 15 handle, you can keep it like until that area which has been validated. This two candle has validated this inverse gap as a valid inverse gap. You can do it, but in my opinion it should be here. That is more safe. That is safe, okay? One handle, two tick, something safe. Here you have that relatively equal low sell side liquidity. After taking a partial around 1:1, you can hold your trade until this area. Even though it has fallen a lot, I don't think so you should hold this trade. You should close the trade within this most beautiful sell side liquidity, okay, around that area. So that was the London session. Depending on the liquidity making session, it's not too difficult, it's not too complicated. Sometimes it will build the liquidity, sometimes it will provide you the entry. You will take the entry. If it doesn't provide you entry, no need to push the button, just let this go. But most of the time this market actually work like this way. When the both buy side liquidity and sell side liquidity has been delivered with the beautiful setup, no more trade is valid. Either way, it is actually outside of the session already. After 5:30, no trade is valid anymore. Then I will come to this 7 a.m. we are watching this market. Actually I was planning to take an entry here, but unfortunately it didn't give us the entry. Same logic like yesterday. 7 a.m. here, first market has cleared the buy side liquidity. I'm more interested to look for sell for this relatively equal lows, and you can see this market was keep going higher, keep going higher, keep going higher, and after 7:30 no trade is valid. If for the sake of this conversion, if it was yesterday, that means the FOMC day, then I could frame the sell here. I could go for the sell around this area, but as it was not FOMC, the trade is only valid until 7:30. So finally, there was a displacement to me, but that has been valid. That has been created after 7:30. This is the fun of this game. No trade is valid after 7:30. I don't care how beautiful the setup is. I don't care how confident I am about this fall. I don't care about anything, but all I care, no trade is valid after 7:30. I was talking to my Discord. If you guys were with me in my Discord, of course you knew that it's not valid. So finally actually market came here to this last parabolic gap, then rejected from there, took this relatively equal lows, and this relatively equal lows here, all of them has been cleared, and market actually came here. We'll talk about that a bit after a bit. But here how this happened: last fair value gap has been traded, order block has been traded, market sent the market until another last fair value gap, which is from here 1 minute chart. You can see this that last fair value gap came until this last fair value gap, rejected from there, left the liquidity over here, fall from there, made another liquidity here. See this relatively equal highs around this area, new relatively equal highs over there. Then market has been rejected from there and it came here. If you have any type of question, just let me know. Otherwise, I'll go for the better explanation. I mean, for today's explanation. If you have any questions, just let me know that right now. Anybody has any question? Don't just force the market. Let the market work like this its way. If it doesn't work, don't give a shit. I don't care how beautiful it has been falling. I was looking for sell, but I didn't get my opportunity inside my time. If it has happened inside of my time zone, I could take that sell. It didn't happen. I am not interested to take that trade. I'll let this go. Next train is coming. Next bus is coming. This is not only bus which I'm going to miss. Okay, this is not the only bus. Okay, guys. So here I don't think so anybody has any question. So let's go over here. This is that minus 1.5 standard deviation. I was expecting this market will come at least until this minus 1.5 standard deviation from my very higher time frame. But from the lower time frame, I was not able to catch any kind of buy. I had to let all the buy go because market didn't do any kind of manipulation. Just because of that, I have missed all of this run. Otherwise, if there was just one day, if market could trade this gap, this volume imbalance, come on, all the buy I would be able to catch all the buy because I knew that this market has to go higher until the next standard deviation level, at least minus 1.5. If it is broken, then until minus 2.5, of course, until that area. As the market just opened, started to go higher, I didn't chase the market, even though my bias was bearish from the weekly or daily time frame. However, from this daily chart, all you can see that market finally came until here, didn't touch this minus 1.5 standard deviation. I'm still bullish, but of course, I have to look for some kind of manipulation. So I wanna see if this market keep going higher, trade this minus 1.5 standard deviation without tapping to this gap, this huge volume imbalance, this gap. I'm not interested to take any kind of buy. I'm more interested to see this market will fall and it will come at least until this area, at least until this area, then it will go higher. No manipulation, no chasing pride. I'm not interested to chase any market. From my weekly daily time frame, I'm bullish, extremely bullish, but from my lower time frame, like for 15-minute hourly or any of this area, I need the manipulation first. So I'm more interested to see it will come here first, then it will go higher. If it doesn't do that, instead of keep going higher, trade here, then it started to fall, maybe I'll, after reaching here, I'll start to look for sell again. But I can't think any kind of buy. If it come here, I'll start to look for buy because it didn't finish the job, it didn't trade that minus 1.5 standard deviation. I will start to look for buy, extremely buy from that area. Otherwise, I'm not interested to take any kind of buy. I'll be wrong every day, I'll be happy with that. I'm not interested to chase the market. 1 2 3 4 5 days was extremely bullish, only the bull candle. This is all called chasing market. I'm not interested to chase the market. If you want to chase the market, you can go for that. So from my today's expectation, I want to see, as this market has cleared previous day high, I want to say it will come back again to this zone because some manipulation has to happen and then it will start to go higher again. From the hourly chart, to be honest, I have nothing to say because hourly chart is a bit messy to me. I'm not interested to talk about the 4-hour chart. I would love to go to the hourly chart. So from the hourly chart, you can see this, that last parallel gap from the hourly chart here, as well as this candle has traded this gap. This is the order block. Extend it to your right, you will be able to see yesterday's FOMC came until here, this order block, then rejected from there, went higher. Now, according to my understanding of this market, as I am expecting this market will keep falling, whatever gap it is going to make here from the hourly chart, if it can make any kind of gap until this market is below this gap, I'll keep looking for the selling opportunity. As I showed you from the daily chart, this gap I'm targeting, I'll look for that daily chart from the hourly chart. So it all depends on this candle. If this candle can make any kind of fair value gap over there, that is going to be my bias fair value gap, which is going to help me to think about the sell. If it doesn't do that, instead of that, around 9:30 it started to go higher, fully closed that sell side delivery, then of course I should think about some kind of buy because it is going to refuse from that area, from that candle, which is also inside this last fair value gap, and it is more interested to trade that minus 1.5 standard deviation, which is going to be very difficult for me, to be honest. I am not personally, I'm not interested to take any kind of buy. Instead of that, I'm more interested to look for selling opportunity from the what to say, I mean the 15-minute chart. You can see you have this buy side liquidity, which I'm going to mark here now. So that is the buy side liquidity here from the 15-minute chart, and I have this sell side liquidity here from the 15-minute chart, as well as this low and that low. I'm not going to mark them because as I'm expecting this is going to fall, so this sell side liquidity is more than enough for me here until this market is below this zone, these two gap. I'm more interested to look for sell. So whenever it will come to this box first, I'll start to look for selling opportunity, not this gap, not that gap, either the entry gap or the last gap. When this market will come here, why this is? Because below this liquidity, this is the liquidity, this is the last gap. Now I'm not going to only mark the last gap because it can reverse from the entry gap as well. That is why I'm saying when it will come to this gap, I'll start to look for sell. Can I take a sell from there? 100% no. Can I take a buy from there? I'm not interested to take the buy. Whenever it will come to this box, I will start to look for selling opportunity until this sell side liquidity over here. And if I go to the daily chart, if I just show you it from 15-minute chart, don't need. Whenever it will come here, I'll start to look for selling opportunity, this sell side liquidity and this box. Until that box, I'll keep looking for the selling opportunity. When it will come to this box first, I'll start to look for buy again. Now it can go deep. I will decide my, I will take my decision depending the candles. But right now, my interest to see is if this happened, I'm interested to catch that leg. If it fall like this way, I'm not interested to touch this market. If it do this, I'm not interested to touch this market. Rest is your decision, brother. If you want to do, please go for that. I have no problem with that. I need a context before taking any kind of trade. Here is my context. It has to come here, then it has to fall. This is the area I'll start to look for selling opportunity. It can happen from here, it can happen from here, it can happen from here, it can happen from here. Wherever it will happen until this is below this box, I'm more interested to look for sell. Whenever it will give me the selling opportunity, I'll take the sell. No confusion, nothing. Until here, I'll let this market go and then fall. In other word, if it fall and first clear this low, okay, for example, it has cleared that low, trade this gap, for example, and there is a buying opportunity, I'll try to take the buy from there. I'm not interested to look for any kind of sell from that area. If it happens, I'll trade. If it doesn't happen, I'm not interested to trade. That's all I'm more interested to see right now. But of course, you guys have more confidence, you guys have more experience. Do whatever you feel like to do. I'm not interested to trade if it doesn't happen, okay? As well as this gap, entry gap, you can see this entry gap is aligned with the new day opening gap to new day opening gap. This is the high of this new day opening gap, this is the low of this new day opening gap. So if it come to this new day opening gap, that is more confident area to think about a selling opportunity from there. Come on, baby, you're not fine enough. I thought MSS required during London session. Ticket. MSS, there is two setup only. I mean, I saw that Ahbab, maybe Ahbab or Kuba, some of them has marked the order block around the London session. Don't do that. Around London session, don't use the order block. Please don't use that. It's a request, both of you, because I saw that you guys did it. Don't mark the order block around the London session. Don't mark any other setup except 22 IT model or the inverse gap. And the inverse gap I explained. If you got the 22 IT model, you can go for that. There is nothing wrong. Or the inverse gap. Most of the time, you will get the inverse gap. That is much more easier to catch. You guys can, more importantly, you can use the inverse gap instead of the 22 IT model. Okay, that's 5-minute chart. Sorry, brother. My mistake. I thought it's 15 minute chart. Okay, in that type of situation, the same area. Okay, like here to here is that same area. You can see the last gap and entry gap and the last gap are around the same area. So even from the 15 minute chart, it is the same area. I didn't notice, brother. Thank you so much. Yeah. This is 9:30 open. Let's see how it is going to react. I want to see it will go higher first and then it will fall. If it happens, I'll trade. If it doesn't happen, I'm not interested to trade. Whoever is interested to take the sell, please go for that. I really appreciate it, guys. If you ask me, I can frame a buy but not sell. Buy until this area but not sell. So here, what I want to catch, I want to catch this leg. Okay, if I want to catch this leg, acceptable. But my main intention to catch this leg. That leg is my best leg to catch. This one is risky because I don't know how long it will trade. It will trade this opening gap 50%, maybe the low of this new opening gap. See this new opening gap low, it will trade until this low and then it will reverse. I have no idea. So this leg is more risky rather than catching that leg. So guys, don't forget to push the like button and subscribe to our channel if you are new over here. And please let me know who is here. I need to know actually who is here. I can see Tamimi is here. পারভেজ ইংলিশ বুঝতে কষ্ট হয় ভাই অর্ধেক বুঝি অর্ধেক বুঝি না brother, unfortunately, I'm trying to speak the easiest English language. I think it's easier for everyone to understand. I mean, if you just skip the accent and the pronunciation, otherwise, I don't use any hard word. It should be so easy English, easy to understand. I think so. Okay, Aziz is here. MBB is here. MBB, MBB. Who MBB? Can you please tell me your username, brother? Who else is here? Yambia is here. Jesse Posada is here. Good morning, brother. Tech is here. Walaikum salam. Tech. Aziz. What do you think about Apex guys and who withdraw from them? One guy actually withdrew this from this. I saw that in the payout certificate. Someone, I don't just remember the name. He has shared the screenshot of his payout. Oh, MB Trader. Okay, now I got you. Hey MB, how are you? Good morning, Archana. Don't need you here forever. Okay, brother. You have to wait. Okay, don't just mess up, brother. Wait for your setup, then go for the trade. Don't just assume that it's falling, so let's chase the market. Don't do that. It will fall. Take the liquidity. Don't give a shit. There was no setup, you didn't take the entry. Of course, if you see any trade, you will go for that. But you have to look for a trade. Just don't let the FOMO do the job for you. Please don't do that. Sharada, how are you, brother? Opening gap. I have up trades. Yes, sir. Opening gap. What happened to the opening gap, brother? Murshad is here. Okay, Robin is the name of the Murshad. Good evening, brother. Seth is here. Good morning, Seth. How are you, brother? I don't know, brother. ICTX. I don't know, brother. I am not going to. I don't care about the fall. My bias is bearish. I don't care about that. I need the buy run first. Without the buy run, I'm not interested to catch any kind of sell. Nothing. It will keep falling. I don't care, man. It has to work the way I'm expecting it will work. If it doesn't work like that way, no trade is valid. Simple. Just after taking the liquidity, this market can reverse. It's nearly impossible, brother, don't you? It has to go to the rest room first. You have to look on your left to see if there is any rest room on your left. So I can see this is a really messed price action. So I have to go to the hourly chart to see if I have something better over there. To be honest, I don't have anything. So I have to wait to see if it can come to this new opening gap around this area to go higher first. After it cleared the liquidity, it just can't reverse. It can't do that. Okay, now it came to this new opening gap. If it would love to reverse from here, I'm more interested to take that buy. Otherwise, I will wait this market to come here before taking any kind of buy. It will keep falling. This is falling knife. I'm not interested to catch that falling knife. But your bias was bearish. I don't care about my bias. I care about the price. Just look at this 50-minute candle. Market open, started to fall. Don't chase this market. Don't chase, man. How long you are chasing the market? Just ask this to yourself, man. I'm chasing this market for 1 year and I'm still a loser. I'm not getting the profit. I'm not getting the payout. So what is the result for chasing the market? No result. You need something that is going to change your status from a loser to a winner. That is wait for the setup. Waiting is the most hardest thing when you are seeing that your bias is bearish and this market is falling. It's really so difficult to wait for that, but you have to wait. This is that daily fair value gap. Okay, patience is the key to success in the market. The most profitable traders are those who can wait patiently for the right opportunities rather than rushing into trades. Trading requires discipline. Absolutely, Tamimi. I agree with you, brother. The মার্কেটকে যদি ফোর্স করি তাহলে 100% লস হয়. It's true, brother. Thank you, Madhi, for sharing the Discord link, guys. If any of you are interested to join to our Discord, please use it. Use the link. Absolutely free. So don't think that okay, this guy is going to charge me $100, $10, nothing. How are you, Madi? Okay, there is no volume imbalance. I'm fine, thanks. I flew in middle of fall, but it's okay. Inshallah, brother, you'll be perfectly okay. If it was a very nice candle, kind of a very nice bearish candle like this, I could frame a buy from that order block. But as you can see, these candles are not good. It's not good looking, so I'm not framing any kind of buy from here, as it tapped to the top of this, I mean, daily bullish farewell gap. See, it's the best area to think about a buy. But look what I'm saying. If it was a very nice candle, like that type of candle, that type of candle, that type of candle, if it was here, I would frame a buy setup over there from that change in state of delivery. As it is not clean, I'm not framing any buy. I will wait. Now it will work with this order block and then keep going higher for the all-time high. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to take that buy as well. I will wait because the market has to show me some kind of beauty that is going to help me to take a trade. Because when I'm pushing the button, I'm risking my real money over here, right? So for the real money, I have to need some clean setup. It's time to wait. Today we don't have any news, so we don't need to worry about anything else. My expectation is it will reverse from here. That is my expectation. Now you can't trade depending on your expectation. You have to trade depending on your price action. So wait for the price action. Those people who are chasing this market, don't do that. It will not give you not even a single trade. Don't give a shit, but don't chase the market. Did you see the reaction, guys? How precise that reaction is? But remember, to the top rejection is more most of the time it doesn't stay. Like the way it is reversing exactly from the top, tick by tick, it doesn't work like that way. Most of the time, it 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 goes much lower if it reversed or if it respect the top of the gap, any kind of gap. Most of the time, it do the deeper retracement or deeper fall. So now if it provide me a selling opportunity, I'm interested to take that sell because it has given me the retracement, the inducement leg. Now if it started to fall, I can frame a sell here. How long? I don't have the target actually, but at least some run I will be able to catch. That's I know. Here, if I had a order block, trust me, brother, I was in this trade already. I'm already in a buy. But as you can see, these candles are not a good candle. Like 2 minute chart, nothing. 5 minute chart, nothing. Okay, so some kind of candle, this candle, that candle, any of this candle, Here I would be already in a buy to catch the reaction from here until to this new day opening gap. Unfortunately, there is no order block. I'm not able to take any kind of buy here. Not for the all-time high, for a some retracement, then come back again fall. Something like that. Don't do anything. Not it's not a time yet. Wait. You have to wait. Now it tapped to the new day opening gap. Let's see if from here any kind of reaction happen or it keep going higher. No buy, no sell, nothing. Rather it is going higher now. Then take the buy. I don't care, but it's nothing yet. Come on, baby, you're not Friday night, a volume night. Hit the dance floor, hit the dance floor. I want you, baby. You're something, baby, you're. You're not missing anything. Just remember, you are not missing anything. Not that fall, not that run. Nothing you are missing. Nothing. You have to wait, brother. You have to think about this market first. How this is going to work. You have to need some kind of confirmation that is going to tell you, okay, now it's safe to think about the buy or think about the sell, whatever it is. You need something. That's the last variable cap to that specific leg. Mhm. 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 The last variable cap constant crossment, just keep look at that. It is still holding the market. Let's wait. No rush, nothing. Mhm. 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 So the last variable cap is broken. If the next candle doesn't close below this last variable cap, it's broken. That means now it is free to fly. Any kind of fall is gonna be my buying opportunity now. If this candle doesn't close below this last variable cap. I'm not using the first variable cap last variable cap entry. But those people who knows about the last variable cap, I'm just not using it. That's all. Perfect. The last variable cap is broken. Any kind of fall is now my buying opportunity. I'm not interested to chase this sell, not interested to chase this buy. Nothing. None of them I'm interested to chase. If there was an order block, I could take a buy from here at the beginning of this run. Not for that big run, but at least I would get some profit over here. As there was no order block clear to me, I didn't take any buy from there. I have to wait to see how this is going to close around this area to use this down close candle as a order block to take the buy. Any kind of downfall is now a buying opportunity. Because all the bearish PDRA has been broken. That was the last gap. If it is broken, that means it's a bullish market now. It doesn't need to come back again. So it is working with the top of this, the daily fair value gap. Tap over here. It is very rare. Actually, it doesn't work like that way. But whatever it is respecting that bullish fair value gap top so precisely. Broke all the bearish PDRA. It's time to think about a buy. Any kind of retracement is a buying opportunity now. Until this buy side liquidity over here. I don't know about the much more higher, but until this buy side liquidity. Okay, sorry. Tamim, I'm so sorry, brother. No more singing. No problem, Aziz. Of course, man. You can do whatever you want to do, brother. I have also the respect for you. So if you're watching you is different now that I committed to not trading today. It's karma for me. Much karma. Okay, okay, okay. I commit to not button pushing for 5 days. You will enjoy, sister. Whatever you will be able to see here, you will never be able to see that when you are trading. You will say a lot of things now because you are not looking for an opportunity to push the button. You will see a lot of things why you should not push the button, why you should the push the button. A lot of things you will start to see here, which you are not able to see when you are actually trading. Because over there you are in rush to push the button. But now you are not in rush to push the button. Let me know after 5 days. How was your feeling to watch the market for 5 days without in rush to push the button? Let me know your experience after 5 days. And trust me, whoever told me that they're not going to push the button, most of them won't be able to do that. I earned many things for you. How to be patient, how to trade only one session and more. That's a great compliment for me, Aziz. Thank you, brothers. Thank you so much. And thank you, Sophia, for that penguin, sister. Learn from you. Okay, no problem, brother. I understand what you mean. I also learned a lot of things from you guys. 15 minutes CB is holding, price down. Okay. As I told, that gap doesn't have any value to me, to be honest. here the most valuable line is this green line. I'm not sure that you will be able to see it or not. See this green line? It is valuable to me, but this gap doesn't have any value to me. No value to me. So I don't want to see any kind of reversal from this random level. This is a random level to me. By the way, this candle didn't close above this 50-minute bearish candle, so I'm not interested to uh, actually use this candle as a water block. Instead of that, I have to wait a bit to see if I can frame a buy right now. I will wait more. Now it tapped where that bearish gap, as well as it traded the new day opening gap, this to green line, as well as it has traded the opening gap 50%. Some kind of fall is going to give me the buying opportunity. At the same time, that some kind of fall, I can try to take that fall. Without falling, I'm not able to take any kind of buy. So it's very logical here to think about a sell, because you're expecting some kind of fall first, then it will go higher. If you can frame the sell first, good to go for that. Otherwise, let the sell go, try to take the buy after that fall. This is two type of opportunities. The fall is going to be the reaction. I'm more interested to catch that reaction. I don't know what is the last line of that fall, but I know that it will give me at least 20 handle, that reaction. So either I will frame that sell, or I will let the sell go and then I will try to frame the buy. Both of this is acceptable. When time is London start and end. London start and end. I know only the kill zone. Suzivan will be able to tell you the exact London open and close, I think, because he talked about this London open and close previously. So I think Suzivan, can you please help him about the London open and close? I think it is just fun. Just pick a new song. Okay, Sophia, I'll try to pick a new song. But you have to manage Tamimi actually, because he's threatening me that he would love to block me. Remember my comment yesterday? Yesterday, market's been leaving equal lows or highs lately to create confusion. It can be. In Kislev, it can be, brother. I'm at London time from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. New York local time. That's the kill zone, not the London start and close. That's the kill zone. I mean, that is the zone where we should trade. By the way, now this is the order block. If this market close below this order block, this is the order block. So here is a selling opportunity for a small period of time. Okay. Now stop loss, I can't put it above this line because it's 69 handle. So I'm not able to do that. Instead of that, I will go for like random level. Okay, something like this, like 20 handle random level, to see if it can provide. Otherwise, you can let this run go. But this is the best order block, depending on the stop loss. If the body close below this order block, of course, then it is valid. Otherwise, it's not a valid order block or valid sell, whatever you say. Still now it's not a order block. Still now it is not an order block. Still now it's not an order block. It's still now there is no selling opportunity. You can let the fall go. Otherwise, you can try it depending on your stop loss. If it you can cover the stop loss at least the min threshold of this candle, right, you can go for the trade. I would love to try that sell by putting my stop loss over here, random level, absolutely a random level. I can get stopped out over here. I don't have like some level that should be, I mean, how to say this is not possible for me to put the stop loss over here because of the volatility. So I'm not able to do that. I will try to put my stop loss around 20 handle. Love to see if I can have this fall over here and the fall until this gap. So let's see if it can provide me that selling opportunity. The first trade for today. After that candle close, it has to retest this order block and then the fall. The first trade for today. I wish it will give me actually the entry. I hope so. Okay, that should be the entry. Partial should be around 20 handle. Remember, the partial has to be around 20 handle here somewhere, and then fall until. Remember, I put the stop loss in a very illogical level. If I get stopped out here, I'll try to take a re-entry when this market will go below this order block again. So here I will get the stop loss. I'll try to take re-entry if it close below this area. I mean below this order block. If it doesn't do that, then I will keep waiting for the buying opportunity, as I have already got the fall. Any kind of buying opportunity, I'm good to go for that buy actually, because the fall I was needed, I already got that. There is no buying opportunity yet. Before clearing that high, if it fall and close below this order block one more time, I'll take a re-entry over there. At the same time, if it provide me the buying opportunity, of course I'll take the buy. I can't put my stop loss above that high. Either you will let this go, or you can take a risk for your maximum stop loss. If it just react like precise way, you will get that run. If you don't get it, you will get stopped out. So decision is yours. What is the mean threshold? Let me check the mean threshold of that order block. That is the mean threshold of that order block. So far this is reacting from that mean threshold. See this red line, that is the mean threshold of that order block. It is respecting the order block mean threshold. I'm just not going to keep it, I'm just going to remove it. Remember, that is the mean threshold of that order block. Here I can't put my stop loss above the order block. I can't do that, if not even above the mean threshold of that order block. Why? The reason is the stop loss is gonna be like 50 handle. I'm not interested to take that huge loss. So here I don't want to miss this trade. I'll let this go. The very next time it will close below this order block, I will take a re-entry. At the same time, if it started to go higher and take that high, whatever buying opportunity is here, I'll take that buy. So whatever it will provide me, I'll take that. Both is valid. I prefer more sell rather than buy actually. You can simply let this go because it is highly volatile. You are not able to put your stop loss in the most logical level. You can't do that. You can simply let this go. But if you have pushed the button for the first time, you have to push the button again for the next time. You have to do that. Wherever it will close, I'll try to take the re-entry. Okay. Same area, stop loss. And kind of this. Okay. If it doesn't give me the entry from the order block, from this fabric gap, I'll take the entry from that fabric gap from the 22 IT model. If it doesn't give me the entry from the order block. This market came back again to this order block, trade the mean threshold of this order block. Now it is falling. I'm not able to cover the order block just because of the volatility. This loss is because, I mean, if you don't want, now the entry should be from this gap, from that gap, from the 22 YT model. Within 3 candle, if it provide me the entry, I'll take that sell. From here, again, I'm not able to put my stop loss even above that candle. If you don't feel good, don't take this trade. But I'm saying you what I have to, I have the option. What option I have? This cell is going to be invalidated if it come here to this fair value gap. Then it's gonna be invalidated. Otherwise, this is a valid cell. Let's say I'll count the candle actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Within 5 candle, it has to come here. Then target is going to be this fair. This is the second candle. Anytime it will give me a bullish setup, I'll take the buy. Anytime it will give me the bullish setup. Here all I'm trying to catch the reaction until this gap, in my opinion, which is the middle of that range, the middle of that range. These two candles 50%. You can simply avoid this trade because the stop loss is gonna be too big, so big. The third candle, within 5 candle, I have to have that entry. If you have taken that trade, then you have to take this trade as well. If you have taken that trade and you got stopped out here, you have to take this trade if it provide you that. The logic is you took that trade because you knew that you can get stopped out and then you will wait for the new entry opportunity. So that is the logic here. Now you started to believe this and now you can't believe that. No, it's not possible. You have to believe both of them. This is the third candle. Within the next two candle, if it doesn't give me the entry, I'm not interested to take this trade. Otherwise, I'll take that trade until this gap. If it come to this gap first before tapping to this gap, I will not take that trade as well. Next two candle, this candle and the very next candle. So by the next candle, if it give me the entry, I'm still interested about that trade. This is the last candle. It has to give me the entry by this candle. Yeah, brother, I showed you everything. This is the order block. This is the order block. If you take the entry from here, at least your stop loss has to be above that order block. If you can't do that, you have to cover at least the mean threshold of that order block. If you can't do that, then you will go for the like 50, 20 handle, whatever it is. Okay, that should be your maximum stop loss. Now, by the way, this is the fifth number candle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the fifth number candle that has provided me the entry. So this is a valid entry. Let's put the stop loss. Target is gonna be 20 handle partial. So here somewhere that should be the partial. This should be the partial. After taking the partial 20 handle, this could be the target. Remember that, okay? That is a valid trade because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the fifth number candle that has provided you the entry. Actually, it also trade the order block as well. But as there was a fair value gap, I have to take that entry, okay? This should be your partial. Whoever took that trade and got stopped out, you have to take this trade. There is no other opportunities. That should be your first partial. First partial risk is same, like 20 handle, okay, something like that. 20 handle. Took the partial here. Put your stop loss to the break even. Just put it to the break even and hold the rest until this gap, until that gap. After putting your stop loss to the break even, hold your trade until this gap, not below this gap, not above this gap, nowhere, until that gap. Hold the trade until this gap by putting your stop loss to the break even. Please do that. আসসালামু আলাইকুম। আচ্ছা, রাখলাম। হ্যাঁ, হ্যাঁ, আচ্ছা, আচ্ছা, আচ্ছা। Your stop loss has to be to the break even. If you don't want to take this entry, then you can't take that entry. This is my logic, because here I'm not able to put the stop loss above this high, so I will sacrifice 20 handle to take a re-entry over there if it provide me the re-entry, and then I will take the partial around 20 handle, and then I'll get my boom here for not one tick below the high, not one tick above the high, exactly to the high of this gap for 51 handle profit. 20 handle loss, 51 handle profit after taking a partial around 20 handle, 20, 21 handle, whatever you love to take that partial. Now you want to hold the trade for so long, it's up to you, brother. Like until this sell side liquid, I don't have any problem. But in my opinion, that should be the last line of your trade. And now I would love to get my boom, brother. Come on. I showed you everything. First, you could take the entry from this order block. Unfortunately, it didn't trade the order block. Then gave you the market structure shift, fair value gap, best 22 IT model. After clearing the liquidity, traded that new to opening gap, 50% of that opening gap, 50% of that opening gap. Gave you the setup, perfect setup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 within 5 candle. Here I'm not able to put it here because 29 handle, so I took the risk until this 19 handle, something like that. Took the partial around 20 handle, hold the trade until this gap, which in my opinion the best area for reversal. So in my opinion, that should be the last line to hold the trade. If you would love to hold it much more lower, I have no problem. You took a 20 handle loss, you got 51 handle profit after taking a partial around 21 handle. Donichu, you should be profitable, brother. Donichu, you should be profitable, brother. If you don't want to take this trade, you can't take that trade. Why? Because you know that you can get stopped out over here. Why the market worked until the 50% of that order block, mean threshold, as well as this is the low of that open new to opening gap. This to green line, new to opening gap. This is that low. It has traded the new to opening gap low, then it has fallen. Gave you a perfect boom. It will keep falling. I don't care. I need to hold it at least until this area. Then if you want to hold it, you can hold it, brother. I don't have any problem. Now I'm more interested to look for a buying opportunity. Okay, I have got some boom actually. Thank you so much. Belmont, thank you so much, brother. I didn't take that trade, but it was a beautiful trade to you. Thank you, Marba. If you don't go get okay, it's absolutely okay, brother. Thank you, Marquis. Yes, I am Kaboom. Thank you, brother. Now, don't you, brother? You got your boom, right? Maybe you took a loss, 20 handle loss. You took five micro contract. Okay, so you took a 20 handle loss. then you took another trade, all of your loss will be mitigated with the profit. Don't just trade right now. Wait for the next opportunity. Next, you have to wait now. Wait a lot for getting your next opportunity. Here, any kind of buying opportunity now, I'll take that buy. I clearly say that whoever took that entry, you have to take that entry. There is no other option. If you don't want to take this trade, you can't take that trade because you knew that your stop loss is in an illogical level. You can get stopped out. Still, you didn't want to miss that trade because it could simply respect that line and then keep falling. That is why you didn't want to miss that trade. You took your highest loss, maximum loss, 20 handle. Okay, I'm okay with that. I would love to take re-entry because I know it is going to fall. It is going to fall until this gap. It will be broken next, that's a different matter. But at least until to this gap. Hey sir, good morning. I have a question. Please, Sachin, what is your question? Hey Harish, thanks for that boom, brother. Ishfaq, thank you so much, brother, for the boom. Are Otaku, thank you, brother. By the way, who took that trade? Who took that trade? See how it is respecting this gap? Just look at this. Is this random? No. I just marked this area, these two candle. More importantly, go to your hourly chart, mark this week 50%. You see the upper quadrant here, 50% here, lower quadrant here. Any of this line can be respected. Now from this whole zone, it is around the 50%. That is why I just marked that area to think about the reversal from there. And I hope that you are seeing the reaction from this gap so far. Any kind of buying opportunity, I'm more interested to take that buy. We'll wait for the setup again. Now think about that. It's not highly volatile. I was able to put my stop loss above that high. Would I have any loss over there? No, no loss. But I was not able to do that. That's why I got that loss. I'm okay with that. Work with the logic, brother. You will get your profit for sure. We have seen the boom, and now it's time to boom the like button into oblivion. Thank you so much, Tamimi. Tamimi, Apex has still that offer? I don't think so, but let me know, brother, if Apex has that offer is still. Woman pass on 50k eval bull knocks for 1 day. Wow! Congratulations, MB Trader. I took the loss, re-entered according to the logic, got 440 toward my 50k challenge. Your tutoring is on point. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you so much, brother. FL Trader, thanks for that boom, brother. Yes, sir. 5 minutes time frame, brother. I don't use the 5 minute set, so I have no word to say about the 5 minute set, brother. Please check Discord friend request. Also, I send you message on X and Facebook. I would like to talk to you, please. Okay, I'll check it, Trader, brother. I'll check it, brother. I'm so sorry. I just missed your, message. Maybe I'll check it. In the context of new day opening gap, 936 candle can be. Of course, it can be. I used that candle depending on that new day opening gap. This is a new day opening gap order block as well as 15-minute fair value gap order block, both of them. This is that order block. I have used this for the order block because I have seen this candle has traded both new day opening gap as well as the 15-minute gap. Just because of that, I have used this as a order block, as a order block. But here, if you 936, I think you are talking about some kind of fair value gap, sorry, order block here. 936, what is that? This on 936, it was never been an order block because this market keep falling, keep falling, keep falling. It was never been an order block. Order block should be something more beautiful like this. Trade the very next candles close below this area, but look whatever here. It does it look like a order block? I don't think so. Okay, so finally market came here around this area, which is aligned that hourly week 50%. any kind of buying opportunity, I'll take that buy now. Sell, if I would love to take another sell, I need the manipulation first. Some kind of manipulation has to be done first. Then the selling is opportunity. Maybe for this sell side liquidity, or as it has been rejected, right? Like to the top. It has been rejected from the top. It's really so rare actually. Most of the time what market do, market go much more deeper if it do like this way, perfectly reversed from the top of a gap. But right now I can't think about a sell, otherwise any kind of manipulation has to be happen first. You're most welcome. 5 minute might build a nice setup for buying. I don't use the 5 minute chart, brother. I'm so sorry. I'm not interested to go to the 5 minute chart. I only go to the 5 minute chart if I see something is missing from 15 minute and hourly chart and I'm using the 4 hour gap. In that type of situation, sometimes I check the 5 minute chart. I don't know what is balanced price range, but I also told that if you are trading ICT concepts, just skip one logic, and that is BPR, balanced price range. Never ever look for that. If you do that, this whole concept is gonna be collapsed. That's my opinion. So never ever look for the balanced price range. It will destroy all of your understanding about these ICT concepts. If you would love to take the sell, please go for that. I'm not interested to chase the market. By the way, anybody took that trade? I mean, if I mean, except the Anthony and who was that? I think Hamad was that guy who took that trade. Let me check actually who was that. Yeah, Hamad. Hamad and Anthony. Anybody else took that trade, that sell? I don't think so. Okay, Kuba actually took. Sharda boom. Sharda, did you take that? Kuba, this is that area. Remember what did I told you? This is that area. You have to look for this from here, from there. Sharda, you took two trades. Yes, I got, brother. Okay, okay, okay. I took two trades. Okay, Sharda. Okay, you also took that. Those people who took that, I believe that you all of you are profitable. You should be profitable. I don't know, brother. What is the reason? Ravin, I took the sell position at 26,103. 103. 26,103. Okay. I hope you'll get your boom, brother. Yes, brother, profitable. Okay, then go slowly, go slowly, go slowly. I'm here. I'm doing the live streaming. I have to frame the trade. I will frame the trade. But you got the profit. Stop. Do your money management. Do your risk management. Don't overtrade. Hmm. Yes, brother, profitable. Congratulations. Took the first sell. Took a partial. Added a second sell. Added on the second sell. Wow. Congratulations, Danichu. Also aligned with first presented gap. Mm-hmm. It's true. Closed at 26 26039. 6039. You got near about 636 36 handle, I guess. Oh no, more than that actually. 39, that means 64 handle. Wow, congratulations, brother. There is no setup right now. There is no setup. Don't go for the trade. Please don't go for the trade. Still there is nothing. You have to wait now. Every leg, don't try to catch them. Please don't do that. Wait for the setup, then go for the trade. How beautifully it has been we didn't take this sell here, we didn't take the buy here. Now finally we got the water block. How this water block worked, that's a different case. We are not able to put our stop loss to the logical level. That's a different case. Look at the price action, how beautiful this price action is. There is no setup right now, you have to wait. Already hit the right like button, keep the energy going. Spam these YouTube emojis in chat, tap them as much as you want. Let's get this chat buzzing. Please guys, push the like button. We already got the boom, right? So help me a bit. Help me a bit by pushing the like button, guys. Okay, 133 people are watching, 52 likes. Guys, please push the like button. That's all I ask for. It's time to wait. Wait for the next opportunity. You remember why you have framed that cell? There was a logic. Why you would love to take the buy from here? What is your logic? If you have the logic. Now, did you wait for the setup? No, I didn't. Then why you are pushing the button? Don't. Just wait for the setup. If you have the logic to think about the buy, or if you think that it is going to fall, then wait for the setup. Why you would love to chase the market? This market come from here to here, trading the area that is a very good area for some kind of reaction. Why do you want to take the sell from here? Ask yourself what you are looking for and why you are looking for that. Power of 3 use no brother, I don't use that power of 3. Good morning, Jamie. You are late, brother. You have missed the party. Sophia, don't push the button. 2 more days. You will see the changes inside of you. I promise you, sister. Brother, you are looking for the buy, but you are not pushing the button. Here is nothing, brother. Why I should push the button? There is simply nothing. I'm not interested to push the button. No problem, Jamie. Just kidding, brother. This is my first day, so 4 more days to see the magic. Oh, this is your first day? Okay. I thought you have already passed 3 days, but it's okay. Yeah, just let 4 days to go. Don't push the button. You will enjoy the market. Trust me, sister. You will see a lot of things most of the people are not able to see. Not below that gap, not below that inverse gap. That's all I need. I care. Not even a single portion. I mean, sorry, not like if the bearish gap create here. No, it's not valid. If it create there, yeah, it's valid because it is aligned with the inverse gap. It is above that gap. Here valid, here valid, here valid, here valid, here valid, here valid, but here one tick below that gap, just one tick below that gap. No, it's not valid anymore. What is your buy side target? Sharma, you're late. 26290.50. Brother, you missed the boom. Sharma, Sharma. Whether I'm kidding. There is nothing. We are waiting. Wait, there is nothing wrong for waiting. Nothing is wrong for waiting. Wait, brother, wait. Learn how to wait. No, I just told that you missed the boom. Okay, we celebrate the boom, brother. 15-minute immediate rebalance. What do you mean by that, brother? 15-minute immediate rebalance. Mm, what do you mean by that? Now you are enjoying it. Well, it's not a great setup, but I would love to try this one. If there is a setup, of course. Not a perfect market structure shift. If there is a gap, I wish, I pray to God, if there is, I hope that there will be no bullish gap. If there is a bullish gap, I have to try that bullish gap, because it's kind of the situation like that. I pray to God there will be no bullish fair value gap. If there is no bullish fair value gap, I'll be relaxed. Wow, thank you. I don't need to take any kind of trade over here. Like right now, you see that there is no gap, so I'm happy to see that. No, it's not count Saturday and Sunday, brother. Saturday and Sunday the market is closed, right? Either way, you're not I mean, staring at your chart around the Saturday and Sunday. I'm late, isn't market structure shift already? Why we are not long from the last fair value gap and swing and of the swing? What do you mean by that? Why is there is no swing high that has been shifted? No swing high that has been shifted. Any kind of bullish gap it will create now, that's my buying opportunity. Any kind of, even there is a single one tick bullish gap, that's my buying opportunity. Any kind of bullish gap, I repeat, any kind of bullish gap it is going to create, that's going to be my buy. That's going to be my buy from that bullish gap. Even if there is one tick bullish gap, I will take the buy from that gap and will cover. If the gap is above this inverse gap constant encroachment, I'll just cover the 50% of this inverse gap. আপনার একটি ব্যাপার আমার অনেক ভালো লাগে, আপনি সবকিছু একদম সিম্পল করে নিয়েছেন। ব্রাদার, এভরিথিং ইজ সিম্পল, ব্রাদার। I'm late, isn't okay. I have already give you the reply. I have to see the 4 hour fair value gap test. For me, it must sweep the lower liquidity. I don't see any liquidity actually. This one is an obvious liquidity. Of course, it can go for that obvious liquidity. I'm not interested for that obvious liquidity yet. Until this market is not going to show me some kind of confirmation. For example, if it cleared those relatively equal highs here and then gave me a lower market structure shift, maybe that could be a selling opportunity. But from here, I'm not interested to frame any kind of selling opportunity. Isn't it 10 candle is a MSS, 10 candle is an MSS, 10 candle, 10 candle, 10 candle, candle. We had the MSS here, this 1004 candle, market structure shift, fair value gap. We have framed this trade actually, brother. We had the market structure shift here, fair value gap, trade that fair value gap, fall. We have framed that sell. But instead of this market structure shift, there is not even a single market structure shift. Guys, I repeat, any kind of bullish fair value gap above the constant encroachment of this inverse gap, I'll try to take that buy. until this line. Even if it is a one tick bullish fair value gap, it has to be above the constant encroachment of that bullish, this inverse gap. Any kind of bullish gap, it's gonna be my buy. Stop loss is going to be until this constant encroachment. What is the reason? First, this market fall here, go higher, left the relatively equal highs, fall again, cleared the swing low. The swing low has been cleared. Higher time frame is this constant encroachment of that week, as well as the last fair value gap plus anti fair value gap from the 1 minute chart. All of these things is giving me the idea to think about that engineered liquidity. That is engineered liquidity. Even if this market is a bearish market, it has to take that liquidity before falling. Any kind of bullish fair value gap over here is my buying opportunity. Now, if the fair value gap is too big and I'm not able to cover that constant encroachment, then you know what I have to do. I have to take a risk first. If I get stopped out, I'll try to take re-entry if I'm not able to cover that inverse gap. And if it doesn't give me the entry, instead of that take that buy side, that means I will miss that opportunity. Okay, if this candle make a fair value gap here, that's a bullish setup to me. If this candle can make a bullish fair value gap here, even if it is one tick fair value gap, that's my buying opportunity. Stop loss is going to cover the 50% of this inverse gap, and this is gonna be my target. If it is not taken, if it is taken, then I will miss this trade. Simple. If it is not taken, from this gap is my buy setup. If the market give me that, I'll take that. If it doesn't give me that, I don't care about that. I successfully skipped all of these things. Now I'm interested to look for the buying opportunity where I am believing this is going to work. At the same time, Cuba, mark this gap. Cuba, this is for Cuba. Okay, just mark this gap, brother. This is your live example. It's always better to put the stop loss below this inverse gap. It is always better, but as you can see, it's highly volatility. I'm not interested in it. I would love to put it here without clearing this line. If it, okay, it has actually cleared, so it didn't give me the entry opportunity. For the sake of this conversation, if it could give me that entry, that would be my boom. From here to here, a clean run, a clean price action, everything is better, beautiful here. I'm more interested about that. It didn't give me the entry, I don't care about that. My interest to show you how to wait for the setup, go for the setup. Now this setup I have explained like few days ago, like inverse gap, bullish fair value gap, engineered liquidity, as well as I explained why it should be a beautiful setup until this line. Okay, that line. Now if it make another liquidity here, for example, it build another liquidity. If it build, okay, I don't know, it has, okay, yeah, still that entry is valid because it has built another liquidity. Okay, so if it give me the entry within 5 candle, I would love to take that entry for this buy side liquidity. It has cleared that buy side liquidity but build another buy side liquidity. That means still the opportunity is here. All I have to do, I have to count the candle. 1 2 3 4 5, maximum 5 candle. I prefer 3 candle. Okay, but it has to be left over there. If it is not left, then I can't take this trade. Okay, until it is the body close above this line. I think so. It's okay. So I have missed this trade. If it could give me the entry, see this run when the setup has been created. Now sometimes it is not going to give you the entry, but sometimes you will get the entry. But now you can see that this market is moving, right? It is moving now. You have to just understand this fact. If you can understand this fact, this trading is easier for you. It didn't give me the entry, I'm absolutely okay with that. But next day when it will give me the entry, I'm going to get that boom. Simple. Do you guys get the point? I need the reply, please. Sophia, is 1031, 1033 a valid swing high for market structure? His traded fair value looks like a swing. 1031, 1033, 1031. This one, this one, this one, this one. I don't see not even a single swing high over here which is valid for shifting market structure. This one was not a valid swing high for shifting market structure. I clearly told that I'm forcing the market. So if there is a gap, I'll try to take that entry, and I'm praying that maybe please don't make a gap over here because it's kind of forcing the market. I know that, but I had no other option because I was afraid of this run without giving me the entry. So that's why I told that please don't make the gap. That was the only, I mean, there is not even a single swing high which is valid for shifting market structure. If you see this candle, this high is a swing high. It's not a swing, brother or sister. It's just a wick, nothing else. There is no swing. For decline, this parallel gap as setup, candle closed below. What did you mean by that? If you would love to trade this inverse gap, there is nothing wrong, okay, to be honest, because uh like inverse gap entry, I'm not an inverse gap specialist, okay. My inverse gap most of the time get wrong, okay. I got crushed by the inverse gap. That's why I don't frame the trade from the inverse gap. I need the confirmation. So that's why I use this type of gap. Here, look at this gap. If the body close below this gap, below this inverse gap, now 50% of this below this inverse gap, this entry is not valid. For example, it came here very near to this buy side liquid. Now it didn't come, okay. If it could come here, I'm not interested to take this trade now. For example, that was the buy side liquidity. That means this market come very near to this line and it has built the buy side liquidity. For the sake of this conversation, I would count the candle 1, 2, 3, 4. Within 4 candle, I got that entry. I would love to take that entry from this gap, from that gap, and going to put my stop loss below this constant encroachment of that inverse gap, and would hold my trade until this buy side liquidity. Now it is not valid right now because market didn't come here. It didn't make the buy side liquidity. Instead of that, it has cleared the buy side liquidity. So I'm not interested to take this trade right now. It will work, I'll let this go, but I'm not going to touch it because it didn't left the liquidity over here. Pushing button here is now forcing the market. I'm not interested to force the market now. I hope you got the point. Maybe it will work, I don't care. I'm not interested to take that trade. The more you learn about the ICT concepts, the more complicated you will make this market to trade. The less you learn, the better you do. In determining valid swing high, does it middle body need to be higher than the first and third candle? Something like that, brother, sister, something like that. It's not an it's not an logic, okay. It's an feel. It's an feeling, okay. So look at this swing high. If you ask me, that is the best swing high here. This recently it has built the high, okay. It's a best swing high. Instead of this swing high, I don't have not even a single swing low, not even a single swing high. This is the swing high. The swing high should be look like this type of things. You can think like a pyramid over here. Pyramid, okay, something like a pyramid. There is no order block. There can't be any order block without, I mean, with any kind of logic. There is no order block. Brother, it's your decision. How can I tell you that what you should do? I mean, the more you'll try to learn this concept, the more you will messed up. Look at the 50% of this inverse gap. I'm not saying that it is going higher. I'm not saying something like that. But look at the reaction from this 50% of that inverse gap. That's why, well, you will take an entry from this gap. For the sake of this conversation, there was a buy side liquidity left. You took the entry from here. You have to cover just the 50% of that inverse gap because this market should respect from the 50% of this inverse gap. If you would love to frame the trade from this gap, again, I'm not saying this is going higher. it is going to take that line. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying, the logic is here. If you mark that gap, it should be respected from the 50% of that inverse gap. See this reaction from there, how beautifully it has been rejected from that 50%. Isn't it so beautiful? Isn't it so beautiful? Why I'm not framing this trade? Just because it didn't left the liquidity here. If this candle could come very near to this line, or if there was a swing high that has been shown me that, oh wow, this is a very nice liquidity, engineered liquidity, I'm already in this trade. I was already in this trade. Unfortunately, I can't take this trade because market didn't left the liquidity over here. So I can't take this trade now. Instead of that, if I see this 50% of this inverse gap is broken, I'll try to frame a sell now for much more deeper, at least until the last parabolic gap over here, until this area. I'll try to look for the selling opportunity until here. All I need to see if the 50% is broken by the body. If it is broken by the body, I'll try to take a sell here. So the start from the 22 YT model and then stop learning. Just focus on 22 YT model. Just do that. No order block, no inversion, parabolic gap, no breaker block, nothing. Just 22 YT model. Any kind of fair value gap over here is my selling opportunity now. Any kind of fair value gap over here is my best selling opportunity over here. I'm not asking here any of you to take this trade, but if, like for example, you would love to take a trade, any kind of fair value gap here, it's the best opportunity to take the sell until this fair value gap, and then you can hold your trade until this sells liquidity if you want. Any kind of fair value gap over here, that's the selling opportunity, and your stop loss has to be above the candle which has built the fair value gap. Okay, so if you are able to take the entry from here, I think that's gonna be a better area. Take the sell. I don't know, it will provide you that. Otherwise you have to take the risk by not pushing the button above that candle much more lower. Okay, I'm not support that. I don't support that. Should your stop loss should be here. It's a safe place, and entry you have to compromise with your entries. But remember, the entry should be from the gap, whatever gap it is going to be built. So for example, here, see this, take this one. If it come here, it's not valid. If it come here, all I need to see within 5 candle, it has to come here. Within 5 candle. Let's do it like this way, okay? Like this way. At the same time, look at this. It tapped to this new opening gap. I think so, yeah. Tapped to this new opening gap. It could give me the entry from that reaction from that new opening gap. That means tap to this new opening gap, gave you the entry, then it has fallen and came to this gap. It didn't do that, unfortunately. Still no opportunity. It doesn't mean that I'm going to chase the market and I'm going to take the trade. No. When it has done over here, all the buy is gone from my head. Liquidity has been cleared. Market fall, gave me the reaction, gave me everything. I'm more interested to take the sell from here until the most logical level, which is the last fair value gap. If the last fair value gap is broken, for the sake of this conversation, if the last fair value gap is broken, I'd love to take the sell from this last fair value gap low from here to until what happened? Until this sell side liquidity. Now this entry is not valid to me. Why? Because it came to the last fair value gap. The last fair value gap can stop the market, send it higher again. I don't want to take the risk. So why I frame the buy here, or I tried to frame the buy here, and why I'm talking about the fall here. This is all you have to understand, brother. If you can understand this all, okay, perfect. Now you're good to go for trading. Why? It came to this gap, it's not valid anymore because it didn't leave the liquidity. It came here, you can't think about the buy. If it keep going here, you have to let this go. No trade, no trade is valid. But if it can close the 50% of this inverse gap, that means this gap is going to work as a reclaimed fair value gap. This inverse gap is now going to work as a reclaimed fair value gap. In other words, I say the best reclaimed fair value gap. Until it doesn't reach to this last fair value gap, you are allowed to take the sell from that gap, whatever gap it is going to be built here with this reclaimed gap or to the low of this new reclaimed gap. You are allowed to take the sell from there until this last fair value gap. Market is in, I mean, overzealous, doesn't want to take you with her. Let it go. Don't chase the market. Wait for the next opportunity. So far we have got just one opportunity. I hope that we'll get another one opportunity before 11:30. In one session, don't ever expect that market is going to give you 100 opportunities. Don't think like that way. Who is in a trade right now? Is there anyone who is in a trade right now? 31% like take profit trader, Apex like 23%, top step like 21%, others like 25%. Those people who voted on others, can you please let me know what is the prop firm you love most? Like those people just push the button with the others. Can you please let me know what is the prop firm you think better? This is our fair value gap concepts entry. Please don't push the button here. This is our fair value gap concepts entry. That means if the last fair value gap is broken, you can take a sell from there by putting your stop loss by above the candle which has built this last fair value gap as an inverse gap. So I'm not able to put it here, so I can go maximum for 20 handle by taking the entry from this last fair value gap until the liquidity, wherever the liquidity is. I can see this is the liquidity. If you remember, a few days ago I have taken two trade in a very same area depending on that last fair value gap. This is that same concepts here. From there, it's not an high probable trade, it's not an something like you will 100% get the profit. No, it's kind of, if you take that entry and stop loss is here, right? 20 handle, because I'm not, now it is a bit volatile, that's why the stop loss is 20 handle, but most of the time the stop loss is gonna be like how much, like 10 to 12 handle, but your profit is gonna be huge profit, like 1 is to 10, 1 is to 9, something like that. This type of profit is going to, you will get from this last fair value gap concepts. But here it is highly volatile, and even I am not able to put the stop loss above that high. That is why you should not go for this type of trade when it is highly volatile. This is a gap or the entry that is going to help you to get more what to say, I mean the uh, risk to reward ratio, 1 is to 5, 1 is to 6, something like that. But let me check actually if this is an order block or not. It's not an order block. My funded futures, okay. Funded next, no monthly payment on evals. Don't need to fund it next, no monthly payment on eval. Okay, okay, that's cool. Do you have a PDF to explain this? What do you mean by that, Gerald? Which you are asking about, brother? What you are asking about? Which PDF? I don't have any PDF, by the way. Funding ticks 50k account for only 43 is the best offer going on right now. I didn't know that. How much did you use the code? Like T2 Wizard. I have the funding ticks, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I have the funding ticks. Please use the code T2 Wizard, brother. Please. No activation fees. All in $43. Awesome. The inversion, brother. I'm not good at inversion fair value gap. To be honest, I'm not good at inversion fair value gap. I always say that my knowledge about the inverse gap is very low. I don't want to use the inverse gap logic for my trading. But I have all the video. I don't have any PDF, brother. This is the last fair value gap. If you go to the fair value gap concepts in the study folder, you will get that information, brother. It's the last fair value gap concepts. Right now it's time to wait. This is that week 50% lower quadrant. This market closed around the 50% trade the lower quadrant of that week. Very specific week that has cleared all the liquidity and trade a fair value gap. A very specific week that has cleared all the lows as well as trade a fair value gap. 50% of that week has been respected by the body, came until the lower quadrant of that week. So now can it go higher now? It's my question. Can it go higher now? If it give a bullish setup, I'm more interested to think that bull run now. I will close all of these things because I don't need them anymore. All I'm seeing that market fall until the last fair value gap, holding this market here. It is holding it. One candle closed below this last fair value gap. The very next candle closed above this last fair value gap. It is called fake breakout. A perfect opportunity to think about a bullish setup now. If and only if it goes below this last fair value gap again, then and only then I can think about a sell again. Otherwise, I will keep looking for a buying opportunity. It's not a biased based day. That means you are bearish, so you will keep looking for buy. Sorry, sell. You are bullish, you will keep looking for buy. No, the job is done. When it tap here to the top of this daily fair value gap, it should keep going higher now. But at the same time, when it is rejecting from this new day opening gap, it can simply change your bias. It can stop the market, send it lower again from the new day opening gap. You have to be very careful about the market when it is trading both new day opening gap, new week opening gap, and also of course the higher time frame bullish PDR. Okay, thank you, Anthony. I love you, brother. Yeah, it's a good deal. It's a good deal, but for me, take profit trader is always the best. But yeah, of course, funding ticks is actually cheaper right now. I think the cheapest one is the Blue Guardian futures. I'm just not sure how much, how many. I think it's $40. It's $40. Blue Guardian futures is still the 60% discount. Maybe I'm not sure. But if it is still 60%, then it's the best deal. $40. No activation fees, nothing. Blue Guardian futures. But funding ticks, Blue Guardian, both are really good in moment. In at this moment, it's very cheap. Both of them, like $40 and I think $42. That's the difference. A bit difficult. Whenever we try to take the sell, it didn't work. Whenever we try to take the buy, it didn't work. Just one setup so far today. Until now, until now, nothing except that one sell. The sell from this 22 YT model from this gap. And the order block also worked so beautifully. Unfortunately, volatility won't let me put the stop loss to the logical level. That's all. This is that hourly week quadrant levels. Upper quadrant 50%, lower quadrant. Hourly week. Go to your hourly chart. You will be able to see there is a hourly week here. So I just marked the quadrant level of that hourly wick, a very specific wick that has cleared all the lows, swing lows, and trade a fair value gap. If it is not a clear setup, I'm not going to mark it. Time. Archana, are you here? Donichi, are you here? Will you be participating in the Tradify competition? Of course not, man. There's so much pressure. Okay, I tried before, but when I see that someone just by 1 or 2 days they have made like 500%, then I feel like I'm not a trader. Okay, I'm someone, I should not stay in this industry, because just by 1 or 2 days, how can they make 100%, 200%, 500%? How can they do it? I mean, I feel very bad because they are the really real trader. Okay, I'm not the real trader. They make 100% just by 1 day or 2 days. Unbelievable. I feel very small when I try to join all those type of competitions, and I think it's not a good idea to break the mentality by participating in those type of competition. I'm saying my point. Of course, you can argue with me. I don't have any problem. Long here can work to buy side. No, of course there is no long yet. I mean, I don't see any logic here to think about a buy, to be honest. Okay, can 1040 gap be used as a reclaim? 1040 gap? No, you can't do that. Too high. Donichu. Okay, Donichu, how many trades did you take today? Please be honest with me. How many trades did you take so far? Archana. Okay, Archana, did you take any trades, sister? I'm asking you guys because you guys are spending your time over here, so I need to know about your situation. Okay, thank you, sister. I really have. I know, Sophia, you are not going to take any trade. Thank you so much, sister. At least 5 days. Please, sister, give me that 5 days. You will see a lot of things over here. And Archana, thank you so much. Hey, Sachin. Tanisha, how many trades did you take, brother? Only three? Oh man. Where is your third entry, brother? Where was your third entry, brother? Can you please show me that? In a session, you framed three trade. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that, brother? In a session, you have framed third trade. Awesome, brother. Oh man. Please don't go for the trade. That my whole entry is in a week. Yes, man. That's my question. What did I say, brother? When I have framed that cell, what did I say? I have to stay in this live streaming. I have to frame the trade. It I didn't get actually. I tried to catch that buy and try to catch that sell. I didn't get both of them. Market didn't give me the entry. But what I'm doing that because I have to stay in this streaming. I have to frame the setup if there is anything. It doesn't mean that you will keep taking the trades. Please don't do that. 1056 is order block. 1056 is an order block. How can you take that trade? It never trade the order block. If it is your order block by anyhow, it's your order block. I don't know how did you mark that as your order block. Even if it is your order block, how did you take that entry? Because market never trade that order block. Oh, okay. I thought that don't you replied me. Sorry, Sharuda. That's not the order block, first of all, and no entry, of course. Sorry, Sharuda, I didn't read your name. I thought Donichu just replied me. That was that was his third entry. That was not the order blocks, brother Sharuda. Why it should be your order block? Until this order block, I don't see anything over here on this market. Okay, very difficult. This fall is nearly impossible to catch. That run is nearly impossible to catch because those people who are chasing market, only they will chase the market. If unfortunately push the button there, here, sell, they got dragged. I mean, I don't know what to say. The chasing you have seen for last few days, those people are going to mess up today because they will keep looking for sell, they will get stopped out. They'll keep looking for buy, they'll get stopped out. So market has built the habit for those people who love to chase the market, and they are going to be keep getting stopped out today. This is the last fair value gap. Market came until this last fair value gap. This is the last fair value gap. Market went until this last fair value gap. This game is in between these two last fair value gap. Order block traded new day opening gap, bro. I have marked that actually, and it is below the new day opening gap. I saw that it was below the new day opening gap. Yeah, it's below the new day opening gap, so it can't be the order block. See this candle? This whole candle is below the new day opening gap. Here, this is that same order block line I have marked here. Same here. This is that new day opening gap. It can't be the order block. In my opinion, I always forget to add that. In my opinion, it can be order block, but in my opinion, that's not the order block. Uh, if you look for the breaker block, then that could be your breaker block. So when the body will close out this line, that could be your breaker block. If you look for the bearish breaker block, then this could be your breaker block. None of them has been confirmed as a breaker block yet. See, this market is just jumping, bouncing, jumping, bouncing, fall, go higher, fall, go higher, fall, going higher. That's why I told that today no bias. Like it is keep falling, I'll try to frame sell. It is keep going higher, I'll try to frame buy. A small run, like 20 handle, 30 handle run. A small run. That was the fall. I was interested to catch that fall from here to here. How many handle was that? Let me check. From here to here, kind of 30 handle. I tried to catch that 30 handle. Didn't get it. Okay, no problem. Here from that gap to until this liquidity, remember? From this gap to that liquidity, 21 handle. Small run. I didn't get them, I didn't take them, but like tried to take the small run. আরে ধরতে পারলে মনো পেরে দিতাম পাখির পায় কি কমনে আসে যায় আচার ভেতর অচি পাখি কমনে যায় আট কুটুরিয়া জায়াটা মধ্যে মধ্যে চরকা কাটায় আট কুটুরিয়া দরজায়াটা মধ্যে চরকা কাটার চাদর ওঠা লালন কহে কি উপায় কনে খাঁচার ভেতর অচিন পাখি কনে আসে যায় আট কুঠুরিয়া ছায়া If any of you would love to take a trade, please take this one. If the body close below this, one tick below this gap, take this trade. If any of you would love to take the trade. Body has to close below that gap. Body will close one tick below this gap, we'll take that trade. In other case, if the body close one tick above this gap, take the buy. If it close one tick above this gap, take the buy over here. By covering, the candle is going to make it as an inverse gap or whatever it is. Last gap is broken, take the buy. Otherwise, when the body will close below this, take the sell for this low. I prefer the sell rather than the buy. The buy logic is low has been traded, 50% has been traded, upper quadrant is being traded. It can keep going higher, but it has to be broken. And low setup is, as this market is in range, bull, bear candle, bull candle, bear candle, bull candle. It should be the bear candle. This is the tough moment, okay? When the body doesn't close below this gap, most of the time what happened, it trade this gap and then keep falling. This is really so tough moment for me to take the risk over here when I see the body didn't close below this gap. Lot of time it never give me the entry from this gap again. Instead of that, it just keep falling. But still I can't take that risk until the body doesn't close below this area. I really hate this type of moment. Just didn't close for one tick or two tick, it I miss my trade. Okay, so it's very tough moment for me. But we'll see. I wish it will give me the entry. Most of the time it doesn't. Most of the time it doesn't. But I wish it will give me. In this type of situation, what I have to do when this body close, any kind of upper run, I need to push the button. But as you can see here, the volatility is bit higher. I'm not interested to take my trade. Yes, so I got my entry here. Now it's time to take the partial. Come on, baby, you're not Friday night. Come on, come on, come on, come with me. Join me to the party, guys. Join me to the party. Join me to the party. Join me to the party. Come on, join me to the party. This high should not be breached. Market should not go above that high. Join me to the party, guys. Come on. Did you join me to the party? Not yet. Still, you have the opportunity. Later, there will be no opportunity. If you didn't yet, join me to the party. Join me, join me, join me, join me, join me to the party. Market already left the sign here. Body has closed below this upper quadrant level. Left the sign. Leave the clean lows. Everything is here. Mhm, 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 mhm. That should be the maximum line this market can trade. Maximum line is this line it can trade. Amar bhalo. Join me to the party, guys. Come on. The next candle is going to close below this line. I'll put my stop loss to the break even. The very next candle is going to close below this line. I'll put my stop loss to the break even. It is giving you a lot of opportunities. So if you didn't yet, come on, join me, join me. Did you join me? Who joined me? Who joined me? Did you join me? Did you join me? If you didn't, then you have already missed the opportunity. Sorry. 14 handle, not interested. First body will close below this line. I'll put my stop loss to the break even because this is the liquidity. So as my partial level is around 20 handle, okay, so I randomly put it around 20 handle, but liquidity is over here. Please close below that line. 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 Come on, man. Come on, come on, close it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Use that as a resistance. Use that as a resistance. Use that black bold line as a resistance, man. Come on. I need speed. More speed. More speed. Give me my speed. Speed, 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 speed. A bit more speed. There you go. There you go. A bit more. A bit more. There you go. Did you join me? You didn't believe me. What you have done? Did you join me or you didn't believe me? What did you do? Okay, I see that some of you actually I don't do that. I never ask you to join me, but it was so beautiful. That's why I asked you to join me to the party. I wish that we will get our boom. Okay, I'm just not sure about that line, but I hope that I will get my boom. Let's see. I love to see this rejection from that line. So beautiful rejection. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. A bit more. A bit more. I'm at break even. I got boom. My partial was wrong. Okay. Okay. But thank you, Mahadi, for joining, brother. Thank you so much, brother, for joining me. I don't do that, but here I had, I just wanted to give some profit to you. That's all, brother. A bit more, a bit more, bit more, bit more. Come to Papa. তারে ধরতে boom, a beautiful 31 handle. Happy. This trade is not valid, by the way. I didn't even tell you to push the button over here, nothing. I was absolutely quiet because I had to see that does it really would love to reverse from this area, from that gap. And when I have seen the rejection from there, okay, I was very happy for that. And this is not the order block, this is the propulsion block, not the order block. So I was asking you guys to say that it should not go above that line because it should not go above that word propulsion block high. It is not the order block, it's the propulsion block. I'm also impressed with the confidence, brother. Good for you and congratulations. Boom. Thank you, Suzivan. Beautiful trade. Can you tell me why? Because this market is not moving anywhere. It's just doing the consolidation over here. After that rejection from that line here, when this last parallel gap is holding the market from 1 minute chart, this is the last parallel gap. Above this last parallel gap, I don't have any buy side liquidity. So in this last parallel gap, if it is broken, I can clearly use that gap to take the buy for more higher run until it is respecting over here and rejected from this area after the inducement leg. This gap is going to be act as a reclaimed gap over here, the beautiful reclaimed gap, as well as with this propulsion block, as well as this last parallel gap. I have 3 PDRA, 1, 2, 3. If I don't have the higher time frame, I can bleed the 3 PDRA. There was only problem was this minus, I mean that upper quadrant level that has been rejected from here, you have seen. That is why I didn't say you guys to take that entry. it could be rejected from there. People can think that it is going higher, and whoever would love to take that sell, they will get stopped out. After that inducement, reacting from the upper quadrant level, when it will go back again below this reclaimed gap, that's a great opportunity to take the sell. What happened most of the time, as I explained, it doesn't close below this gap, then the next candle started to fall. It really happens, but I am happy because when this candle appeared closed below this line, it's a sign I'm not going to be respected. I'm going to be broken, and later I would love to use it as a resistance, which you can see over here. Give me the entry by this candle. Stop loss, I just covered that high, propulsion block high, as well as you can see I covered that order block high. This is the order block. I just covered that order block high. I want to see it is not going to above that propulsion block high, but sometimes it messed up with me and just come until that order block to trade upper area one more time before falling. That's why I just not confident to put my stop loss over here. Instead of that, my area was just one tick above, two tick above that line. Okay, and from there, this was the obvious area for me to think about the trade. But as you know, like if you would love to keep holding it, you can go for that. I have no problem with that. I panicked, sold in partial. No worries, brother. It's cool. Had a profitable and decent day today with one account. Have a good day and see you next time, brother. God willing. Thank you, Suzivan. How many of you are in pro green today, brother? I tried my level best to read this market in a very proper way, and I hope that you guys got the confidence as well. But yeah, that's all. Thank you, Sophia, for that penguin. But please don't push the button at least for 5 days. Okay. Oh, take the partial and then hold your trade until this sells at liquidity. 116 handle. Come on, brother. But yeah, it's enough, right? 30 handle is more than enough. Like here, 31 handle is more than enough for being profitable. So guys, today we have framed three trade. One was losing trade because of my stop loss. I was not able to put my stop loss to the logical level, so got stopped out here for 20 handle. Then we framed a perfect beautiful setup for 51 handle after 20 handle partial. And the last trade is over here, which is around 31 handle after taking a 20 handle partial. Not a bad day. I clearly told you that it's a very risky trade because I'm not able to put my stop loss above the logical level. At least I'm not able to cover the min threshold of that order block. So I will just take that risk. If it doesn't work, I'll try to take re-entry. I clearly told those people who took that trade, you have to take this trade. There is no other option. You have to take that trade. And then I just called you, join me to the party. I hope that those people join me to that party. They are in green. I believe so. Otherwise, yeah, that's green like grass today. Congratulations, Danijo. Stop trading, brother. Stop trading. I'm green. I'm green. Thank you, Sharada, for being green, brother. Please don't forget to push the like button before leaving this stream. And yeah, I'm going to close the stream. If you have any question, ask me before I close. I tried my level best to explain this price to show you the beauty of the last fair value gap. The last fair value gap. This is the beauty of the last fair value gap. But here I didn't have the 3P DRA like I have here. The 3P DRA. I didn't have the 3P DRA here. That is why I didn't frame any kind of buy over there. Instead of that, I tried to frame the buy sell here because I had the 3P DRA over there. But yeah. Thanks for all the trade. I'm at break even on the day now. I was down 600. Congratulations. That is also profit, brother. Are you coming back? I'm just not sure about that, brother. Hey, Jamie, thank you for that boom, brother. Thank you so much, guys, for writing boom. I don't think so. Anybody has any question? If I come around the PM session, of course, you will get the notification through the Discord link. Okay. Until the next time. Cheers, guys.